So, one of the things we have talked about with the Diddy case and then, of course, the Abercrombie Fitch case, Abercrombie Fitch and others, is male victims in the industry, which everyone just always assumes it's been women. But come to find out, the men haven't been protected. And some people make jokes about the casting couch and they don't think that it could happen, and then they trying to downplay it and you see people snickering or making jokes. There's nothing funny about any form of it. And believe me, male artists have been exploited as worse, in some cases, worse than female artists. It got me thinking, and arguably, some people felt like it happened to Michael Jackson. He ironically made a statement a long time ago, which I never forgot. He said, men don't cheer for Madonna like they do for me because female artists don't get the same. And it is so true. Take as big as female artists as you've seen, they're not held in the same standards as male artists because male artists are seen that they have to have double appeal. They got to be cool to the fellas and they got to be wanted by the women. But in between, someone that's pulling the strings up there, you never know what's happening. We never talk about it. It's kind of like the don't ask, don't tell, we don't know. And a lot of times men are told to repress their feelings, their sentiments, and what they go through. So when you think about an industry that pushes a machismo and a tough guy and hide your feelings and don't talk about stuff and kind of like sweep it up underneath the rug, you got to wonder how many stories have been that have happened that we never have heard about what male artists and entertainers have had to go through to endure the abuse, the harm, the managers. You just see certain things and you just think it's a certain way, but there's a lot more that goes on. The emotional blackmail, the emotional stress and tension. You see the results of an artist being great or something, but you don't see what all the other things. And there have been a lot of male entertainers in various forms of entertainment that have had to deal with being compromised. And you'd be very surprised, but it's not given the same due. You know, how come? Just a matter of actual and factual that male entertainers, etc., aren't seen as victims as well. Because this is something that is a reality that is coming to light, the psychological dynamics, the atmosphere of it. And because people, and see, I'll say this too, there are people who normally know what they're getting to. There's certain people that are part of an agenda. There's certain people that could go along, get along to whatever. But then there's other people that didn't ask for certain things that happen, and then it becomes a subconscious, and then it starts to come out evoking other ways and blurs other lines. So it's got you wondering why isn't it seen as more of a focal point, and why do you have to be compromised in that regard? It's not about your talent, and we've done already seen how it played out. And I think by now most people realize that if you're going to go to the Hollywood system and what have you, it's probably going to be something strange for the change, for things to be arranged, for you to blow up on that big screen or on that stage. It's not just based because you have God given talent. Somebody's trying to tamper with other things. And so this is the thing. How come male victims are protected in the industry and they can't even come out and talk about it? Because that's a fact. The shame that's still attached to it and touch a level that it has taken on such depth and magnitude. So we're nowhere close to being a society that can be honest with our human side. That's the lessons that's learned here. You know, that's the lessons that are learned here. Don't ask, don't tell. What Bill Clinton was saying about the military and certain situations has been implemented and doctrine into male artistry in the business as in society with different places and experiences where you can't supposedly speak about yourself, even though, just like your female counterpart, you have two eyes, you have water that comes from them, you have feelings, you have expressions, you have things that come out of you, but you're told to be suppressed and repressed. Gotta make it make sense with how they're doing it and how it's how your own personal feelings. And if you're a male entertainer artist and you didn't see things or been stuff, or you've been going through some things that didn't feel right in violation to your decorum and your form, but you're told you gotta suppress. Why is that? I'm just asking. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Hit the subscribe. Please hit the membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay real, stay woke, stay fulfilled. Stay honest. There's nothing wrong with talking about your feelings, and it makes you more stronger if you speak on it, because that is the problem with what's being allowed in so many forms of society that chooses to dehumanize you, especially if you're a man. I'm out.